In 1732, in the land of Virginia, a boy was born into a tobacco farming family, George Washington. His father died young, and his mother became the stern pillar who shaped his independence. As a youth, George stood apart, tall, strong, and a skilled rider. He once worked as a land surveyor, roaming the frontier forests and mountains.
Surveying taught him endurance and sharpened his eye for the land.
They tell the tale of the cherry tree, a legend, but one that reflects his reputation for honesty.
He had no elite schooling. Instead, he taught himself through books and life. Quiet in public, but in ballrooms, Washington was graceful and loved to dance.
Before he became a national symbol, Washington was a farmer, tending Mount Vernon.
From Virginia's fields, a simple man was stepping toward a turbulent destiny.
As war broke out between Britain and France, young Washington stepped into a dangerous frontier. At just 22, he was sent to deliver a message to the French, a mission of great peril. He braved freezing rivers and hostile lands, nearly losing his life more than once. His bold warning to the French was rejected, the first sparks of a wider war.
Soon, Washington found himself in battle to Deng, where chaos ruled and blood was spilled. His first fight ended in surrender, a harsh lesson in the realities of war. Yet he showed courage, leading his men through retreat, earning respect even in failure. It was a humiliation that weighed on him, but also forged his steel.
The frontier war was merciless, stripping away illusions of glory.
In battle after battle, Washington proved himself a leader others would follow. He rose through the ranks, fighting alongside the British, but never fully trusted as their equal. The snubs he endured planted the seed of independence.
He belonged to his fellow Virginians, not the empire across the sea.
He wrote of duty, sacrifice, and the destiny of the colonies.
From the wilderness, a commander was emerging, one who would one day lead a revolution.
As tensions grew with Britain, Washington stood among Virginia's leaders, calling for resistance.
He was not a fiery speaker, but his presence carried weight.
The colonies were stirring with anger over taxes and tyranny.
When revolution came, Washington was chosen as commander-in-chief. He accepted with humility, vowing to serve without pay. His army was untrained, poorly supplied, facing the might of the empire.
Yet he inspired men to stand and fight.
The war raged, brutal and unrelenting.
At Valley Forge, hunger and cold nearly broke the army.
But Washington shared their suffering, earning their loyalty.
Doubt and despair weighed on him, but he never surrendered.
On Christmas night, 1776, he struck back.
Across the Delaware, he led a daring surprise attack. Across the Delaware, he led a daring surprise attack.
From that moment, the revolution had a fighting chance, and Washington was its beating heart.
With victory at Yorktown, the revolution was won.
Washington became a hero, not only in America, but across the world.
And then, astonishingly, he gave up power, returning home to Mount Vernon.
For a brief time, he dreamed of a quieter life. But the fragile new nation called him back.
He lent his authority to the Constitution itself.
In 1789, he was unanimously chosen as the first president.
He swore the oath on the balcony of Federal Hall.
The presidency was a role without a guidebook. He had to invent it. He managed fierce rivalries within his cabinet.
When rebellion rose, he proved the government's strength by leading troops himself.
He secured peace abroad and sought unity at home.
After 2 terms, he stepped away, warning against division and entangling wars.
At last, he returned to the home he loved. The farmer, the general, the president, for George Washington had given shape to a nation. After years of war and duty, Washington finally found peace at Mount Vernon.
He returned to the soil, the rhythm of farming his truest comfort.
In retirement, he reflected on the experiment of American liberty. He corresponded with leaders, offering wisdom but refusing power. With Martha by his side, he savored the quiet moments.
But in December 1799, illness struck suddenly. Doctors tried desperately, but the end was near. I die hard, but I am not afraid to go. His final words revealed his courage, even in death.
The nation mourned the man who had led them to freedom.
From cities to villages, grief echoed across the land.
The capital city itself would bear his name, Washington.
His legacy was carved into the very landscape of America. George Washington, the farmer who became the father of a nation.
If you liked this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more great stories.